All right. Greetings. Welcome back to Blackburn News, where everything is connected. I decided to cut the intro short. Dang it. I'm getting all that phone interference stuff. Man, that's annoying. How y'all feeling? Good to see you. We're back. It's Monday, December 18th. We're live on YouTube, Rockfin, Colin, and on Twitter/X. What's up, everybody? Osama. Jazz Farm is here. G. Demarest. Albalmy 10C. Too warm, right? Mic is weird. Is the mic weird? Everybody? It's always, I don't know. Sorry about that. Should I fix the mic? Do I need to fix the mic? If it's only for one person, sound is fine? Okay. Yeah. Like I'm in a pillow? Oh, do I need more volume? That might be it. Is that better? Yeah, so what's up, Rockfinners? I see you coming in. Osama's hanging on Rockfin too. Phone lines will be open for, I don't know, 7 or 8, maybe even 10 minutes if somebody wants to call in and say something, say a little something. You can. You can do it. You can do it. Oh, wait. I want to see that. Holy shnikes. We'll keep this right here. Did y'all hear about that crazy storm in Argentina and Buenos Aires? Anyways. Yeah, it's crazy though. It has been extremely warm here where I'm at for the season, for the seasonably warm. And it's a little concerning to me because these are the things that make me feel like something's up. Something is not right. Yeah, I don't know. So what's really crazy to me, it's in the headline, or in the title of the show. It's frickin' 60 degrees at night in the middle of December. And and I was like walking around in a t-shirt and I was like, it feels almost tropical, almost balmy. It was warm in New York, extra bola. 55, yeah, 55 is pretty warm for a night. It's almost the same as here, right? We've been in the, like, it's been like around 60 degrees at night for at least the last week. It might drop a little cooler. But just so weird. And getting extremely warm during the day. We're about to get a little bit of a cold spell. We're supposed to get some rain this week, and it's supposed to, the temperatures are supposed to drop for the next couple days. So maybe it'll be a little more, regular weather, like December weather. I don't know. I'm trying to fight the idea that or I'm trying to actually include the idea that maybe I'm just, maybe I'm imagining this, maybe this is just totally normal. I don't know, but it just doesn't feel normal. It doesn't feel normal when it's getting, and they're definitely like fudging the temperatures. I told you several times, y'all, like they'll tell you what the temperature is on the app, right? The Apple weather app will tell you like this is the temperature, right? Um, and for the last like week or so, they keep saying, "Oh, it's 76." I was like, "No, no, it's not. It is like solidly in the 80s. It is hot." Because I'm out and about, and it feels like it's in the 80s. And I look at the app, and they're like 76. I was like, "No, no, no, that's not right." And then there's a bank near my house that they have their temperatures are always more. I feel like the thermometer that this bank uses is kind of out in the sun, maybe, but a little more realistic about like what it feels like. So the other morning, I was out doing some chores and drove by the bank, and it said 87 degrees. I was like, "That's what." There it is, 87 degrees at like 11 o'clock in the morning in December. And that's a little bit over the, you might say, oh, California, Southern California, Los Angeles, it gets warm any time of year. It's a great weather there. But no, 80 degrees in the middle of December for a week, straight, and it gets like it feels almost kind of blazing hot in the afternoons, and they're doing the planes are up and they're putting up the fake clouds and shit. Like, they're trying to keep it from getting to 90 so that people aren't like freaking out. Like, why is it 90 degrees? It's just it's like, and it feels like out of whack. It just feels like things are out of whack. It really does. All right. Got some more people joining us on Rockfin. What's up? What's up? How you doing? Contemplative Prague. Sorry. I'm not making fun of your name. I'm making fun of the way I said it. I like your name. Contemplative Pragmatist. I'll take it. Robert Arajo says average of -4°C. Currently +9°C. Pouring rain, melting away snow, and will cause flooding throughout Quebec. Right. Quebec is supposed to be super cold this time of year, right? They're supposed to be like icy cold. Yeah, and as I'm speaking, here comes the sun. It's going to like warm up. It's going to get kind of hot. It's supposed to be cold. We're supposed to be getting like a storm front. It's supposed to be like chilly. We're supposed to get rain for the next couple of days, and it feels just like, I know I'm wearing a jacket, but like it feels kind of like, I don't know, spring. Anyways, is anybody hearing this interference from my phone? Can anybody hear this? God dang, that's driving me crazy. Okay, now it's gone. Yeah, okay, so let's get into it. There is a buzz. You can hear it. Is it gone now? Because now it's gone. Now it's gone for me. So, gone. Okay, good. Yeah, that was really lame. Okay, we're gonna do a couple of posts from Leon Simmons. I don't know how to say his name. But these are very alarming posts. We've spent 5 months above 1.5C. 5 months above 1.5C. Next year, we might hit a month of over 2C. The rate of warming will keep increasing with growing greenhouse gas emissions and decreasing aerosols. So this is, I guess, using like a 1850 baseline. If you're using the 1850 baseline, Alan Roberts, you saw a caterpillar on New Year's Eve in 2021. Yeah. That's not supposed to be. That's not happening. So imagine hitting a whole month. We've already touched 2C this year, so imagine a whole month. Imagine a whole month of 2C, and then you're going to have just a whole bunch of articles like, well, I hope we keep it under 1.5. We've had 5 months above 1.5, and we have people saying like, well, I hope we don't hit that 1.5 guardrail. I don't know. I feel like for the last few years, maybe I've been doing the show for a while, and I feel like for the last few years, we've been kind of in a landing pattern. Just kind of floating along a plateau, if you will. And I don't know. This year, I feel like we've broken through some resistance, and passing some kind of temperature threshold, and we've broken through with a vengeance. Yeah, G. Demarest, bugs are not dying off due to winter. Not good. Yeah, you know what's weird? Here's another thing that's weird. Here's another sign that things are way off. I have ants in my kitchen in the winter now, right? There used to just be a summer thing, right? In the summer, the ants would get all busy, and it gets hot, and the ants would come out and start invading my kitchen, and I have to just make sure I didn't leave anything out because the ants would just attack. But over the last 2 years, first time I've ever noticed, the ants are here all year long. November, December, they don't care. They're like, hey, we're here to party, buddy. That's a signal. That's a sign that things are not the same anymore. The ants are not, doing whatever they do during the winter, hibernating, dying off, or going, just chilling, doing other ant things. I don't know what ants do during the winter. They don't seem to be as active. But they're, I wake up in the morning, it's December, and there's ants in my kitchen. I'm like, what is going on? Why is 2023 so effing hot? More from Leon Simons. Because our planet is now absorbing 2.2 watts per square meter more heat from the sun than it did the first decade of this century. It's not that long ago. And that's a lot more energy, because the extra greenhouse gases keep most of that additional heat on Earth. This is the most important graph in the world. More from Leon Simons. We ain't seen nothing yet. Global sea surface temperatures are about to increase. They are about to increase for 4 months, heading for record highs. This will help to shatter atmospheric temperatures. The unprecedented atmospheric heat will cause a lot of extreme weather in 2024. Hold on to your hats. And from Jeff Berardelli, if you told me last year that we'd see this in 2023, even with the knowledge that El Nino was coming, I would not have believed you. The extent of the jump in 1 year is something that meteorologists would never have imagined. Yeah, and that's causing all kinds of extreme weather that we're seeing, right? Flooding in Australia. This is from Cairns, Australia. From Tropical Cyclone Jasper, massive flooding in India. More flooding in Queensland. And 13 people dead due to strong winds. I think somebody said maybe that was more than now. Due to strong winds in Bahia Blanca of Buenos Aires province. And it did a lot of damage. More video from yesterday's storm in Buenos Aires. We're gonna look at this real quick, like. It's from the Palermo Hippodrome, where you can see glass flying everywhere. some wild storm situation there. David Attenborough. I don't know if he really said this or not, but probably. Anyone who believes in indefinite growth on a physically finite planet is either mad or an economist. More likely, an economist. What's up, my people on X? If you're watching, leave a comment, like an old-fashioned comment under the video. Say hey. I'll say hey. If you can't leave a chat, that sucks. I know it sucks because I don't have a paid account, and I think if you need a paid account to actually like be in the chats or something, I don't know. But you can leave just a comment on the video, and that would be just fine. Just fine. There's no sound on Colin? Okay. Let me see if I can fix that. Is there... Oh, I see. Is there sound now? Colin just froze, I guess. I'm sorry about that. It happens once in a while. Mostly Colin is... guys. Well, all right, can you hear me now? Is it working now? Please, somebody tell me. Okay, Osama, yeah. All right, thanks. That's frustrating to me. I don't know why. I have such glitchiness with the sounds. I don't know, y'all. Oh, okay. We're going to take a call from... Man, long time listener and good friend Osama. What's up? How you doing, man? Are you there? Think you got to unmute yourself. There you go.
Firewall. Yeah, I'm good. Hello, everybody. How are you doing?
You're on.
Warm one, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. I got bit by a mosquito. I was like, is it December?
Yeah, it's really weird. And are you seeing do you still see fireflies during the summer there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Not as many as there were, but yeah, there's a couple.
Okay.
let's see. I don't know. We've had ladybugs. You know, they're still flying around outside. There were all kinds of things flying around. It was like 63 here, a couple of days ago.
Yeah.
Got up, got up and blew the leaves out of my gutters, so the
Yeah.
torrential rain didn't flood me out. But what I wanted to ask you is if you've heard of this accelerationist movement on your travels on Twitter, because I'm not on there, but
An accelerationist movement? No.
yeah,
And
this is it's basically techno-utopianism, and these people know that there's going to be a collapse. These are some of the ultra-rich billionaires that are they're they're having their own backlash against doomerism apparently, and
okay.
they're pushing ahead for full-blown AI, full-blown controlled everything, and they're basically they're trying to accelerate the collapse of what we're seeing as this unsustainable technological civilization with all these people on the planet. So, they have this faith that technology is going to be the answer, and anyone who says different, they're just going to plow over in a machine.
Okay. Sounds
Uh,
interesting. Well,
yeah,
so
I
yeah,
think
so they want to. So why do they want to speed up the collapse? I'm a little bit lost on that one.
they seem to think it's going to work out better for them because they'll be able, the analogy was put forth that it's like, getting a colon cancer screening so you detect it early while it's, more treatable. So
Mm-hmm.
they want civilization to fall while they're positioned in their bunkers to, emerge on the other side of the whatever goes on.
Got it.
Now, I mean, it's totally unrealistic because of the nuclear waste, because, you know, the billionaires haven't dealt with that, and they're going to have to at some point. It's going to be in their face.
Yeah.
It's just there's so many isms these days. It's
Well, I would. I mean, isn't this movement what we already have? Isn't this already like just the?
yeah,
Isn't just the what the uber wealthy are already doing? Like,
yeah, but this is like they're gaining proponents, based on this. They call it effective accelerationism, and
okay,
you know, they they label their opponents as doomers or decels for decelerationist. Anyone who wants to plant more
okay,
trees, anyone who wants to,
and
have a
they're like,
soft
screw that.
landing, and somehow compassionately degrowth the population. No, they want to slam us into a wall, and somehow they think they're going to be safe on the other side and repopulate the planet. I don't know. Doesn't make sense
So
to
I
me.
mean, are they just like burn more oil, do all the things, take all the trips, buy all the yachts? Is that
Yeah,
basically what they want?
basically quantum computing and AI, pedal to the metal,
Right, right. Full bore tech
uploading
future. Yeah,
yourself to a computer, whatever. Maybe that's how they're going to do it. They'll be vaporware. They
yeah.
won't have physical bodies.
Have you watched that show Upload on? I think
I
it's
have
on
not.
Prime.
Cool. I'll check it out.
It's actually it's pretty good. There's a little bit about it. There's part of it. It's like kind of like a really cool subject matter, but presented in a somewhat kind of superficial, almost like soap opera-y kind of way, right? Like they make it very like kind of light and comic, but the actual subject matter is quite deep, and it's all about the near future when you'll be able to upload your consciousness into there are different places you could do that, and then you could actually download your consciousness into like a robot. And I'm when you watch it, you're like, yeah, this isn't really very far off. If they can actually, it's the whole capturing the conscious thing, but like as far as like the if you want to triangulate like what's going on in the show with where we are at now, it seems like, well, that's, it doesn't seem that implausible, and it's an interesting show. I don't know.
Yeah, I'll check it out for sure.
But I think that's definitely where they see things going, right? You're going to upload your consciousness, sure. and then you'll just, that'll be that. You don't need your physical body. And,
right.
Yeah, and they have like self-driving cars and, stuff like that. It's like kind of a, whatever.
About those self-driving cars.
Oh, did you hear about that? The update?
The legislation in Germany?
Oh, no, I didn't hear about that.
About, they're trying to, they have legislation written that will outlaw any non-smart car, non-digital car that cannot be controlled and shut off by the powers that be if you have had a drink, or, that's how they're rolling it out as a safety thing, because,
safety.
People drunk drive.
Safety.
Right. And so in this article I read about it, I'll try and find it and forward it to you. But they said, and don't think that your self-driving car will act according to the same rules as someone who pays more for their insurance's self-driving car. So if there's a car out of control and it's going to hit either one of two vehicles, it's going to hit you that's paying less for insurance rather than the premier tier.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, it's...
Well, as if, there isn't already, a lot of... a few years ago, there was a lot of evidence that they were capable of... I love hearing the train in the background there, Osama.
Yeah, it's picturesque.
Yeah, that was cool. Old timey.
Might hear a horse whinny at some point.
Oh, okay. All right. I was going to say, a few years ago there was a lot of talk about being able to take over a car, and the cars with an onboard computer that they're hackable. Yeah,
there's that one that they did, the Jeep. Did you see that one with the white Jeep where they took control and they turned on the wipers and they cranked up the radio and all this stuff, and then they actually could steer and disable the brakes, and the guy just like went off the road, and that was it. And it was a remote hack through the entertainment system. Yeah, and then there's
what was his name? Michael, the journalist that was killed in L.A. on Highland.
Michael Hastings.
Hastings. Yes, I think that's it.
That was.
I mean, weird. People had a lot of raised eyebrows about that one because his car smashed into a tree, doing like 90 miles an hour.
Well, it exploded. Yeah. Then it smashed into a tree.
Right. Just yeah, which and that was 2013. That was like 10 years ago, and people, a lot of people thought that was a hack. And there was a lot of talk about being able, the video you're talking about. How old is that one?
It's probably around 2013.
Yeah. So, 10 years ago, they could hack into any car and, take it wherever they wanted. What, why not? I mean, I guess they're just saying publicly like, well, we can do this now. And we'll do it for your safety. We'll take control. Maybe they're just, they're just admitting to the reality of it so that they can, force it on people in a way, right? Legislate it. They're going to pass legislation.
Yeah. Do it by control. Don't give anyone a choice.
Well, it's like
don't
vote
on it.
I'm showing this on the screen. Pakistan uses artificial rain to combat smog, which is the last story I had in my queue. But first of all,
Schmaggy night.
Yeah.
Okay.
To combat
I put
smog.
That link in rock.
Yeah. Okay.
The link in Rockfin for that story. I'll put it in.
That's the best place for it.
Colon 2. But I don't want to take up too much of your show. I really appreciate you, man, and
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for calling in.
well, we'll commiserate together or get through this together or whatever we do on the other side. We're together, and I appreciate it.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.
Have a great one.
Yeah, you too. Peace.
Bye.
Yeah, so we know they can already do this. They're just saying we're gonna do it. We're gonna admit to the capabilities of doing it, and it'll be for your benefit, of course. It'll be for your safety, of course. And they're surveilling you 7 ways to Sunday, pretty much everywhere. You should know that, right? Everybody knows that by now. Everybody knows. Your cameras on your phone and your computer are all accessible to everybody at any time. There's probably, if you have a TV, a newer TV, your TV has cameras in it. I don't have a TV, but I have a computer, so if anybody wants to surveil me on a computer, I guess they could. I used to go through the thing of like covering up my camera on my computer, and then I was just like, it ended up kind of messing up my computer, and I was just like, and I kept having to take it off to turn on the camera. Maybe one day but I mean, they can do it on your phone too, so you turn off the cameras on your phone. Maybe. I don't know. Is that what people? Any of you go to extra lengths to cover the cameras on your phone or your computer? I don't know how you do it on your phone necessarily, without it being like weird. What's up? Not anymore. Yeah. Yeah, it's well, we got better crew coming in on YouTube right now. Good to see you all. You have tape on your desktop camera, Poppy? Yeah, maybe we'll go back to this. Pakistan uses artificial rain to combat smog. Cloud seeding planes were used for the first time in Pakistan to combat dangerous air pollution in Lahore. But here's the thing. That, artificial rain is they've known how to do that for decades and decades. So that's not. Lahore is one of the worst places globally for air pollution due to low-grade diesel fumes, crop burn-off, and colder temperatures. Artificial rain was created using flares provided by the United Arab Emirates. Thanks, UAE. And smog towers. It will be installed to improve air quality in the city. Yeah. We didn't consider not burning low-grade diesel. They didn't consider not... Anyways. Right. There's nothing... they didn't consider not doing all the things that cause the smog. They just said, we'll make some rain. I mean, this is probably the future of planet Earth. Probably the future of planet Earth that there's no breaks. I mean, it's the present of planet Earth. We're gonna, we're causing all this smog and all this damage, and it's just annoying and offensive and unhealthy. So we're going to create some rain. God dang it. I'm getting a lot of this interference again on my... Dang it. I'm getting a lot of interference on my phone again. Shoot. Why? So annoying. Okay. So, and I mean, I've said this a million times too. If we still had the smog conditions that we had, there would be a lot less people that would be skeptical of whether climate change was actually happening, or whether we were doing humans were doing terrible things to the planet. If our major cities, were still shrouded in clouds of smog, we'd be like, man, this is terrible. Can't breathe. What are we going to do? We should do something about this. And what we did was, we passed some Clean Air Acts. We installed some catalytic converters. We did some things. We took some lead out of the gasoline. But mostly, we shipped all the manufacturing over to Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, China, Taiwan, Japan, right? We shipped all the manufacturing over there where they don't care, right? Or they didn't. And the smog is so bad in China that they have to, shut everything down for several days if they want to, if they have some kind of public facing ceremony, Olympics or something like that. If they have some big ceremony going on in Beijing, they shut all the factories down for several days so that they can clear out all the smog. But they don't have the regulations that we have because, I don't know. I'm sure the people care about that. I'm sure the people are upset about that, but maybe they just, it's more about getting your money up. Trying to get your money up. Anyways. It's not the first time that, this is, but it's kind of, I guess I'm bringing this, the idea that the powers that be are doing things with the weather in order to control what's going on. Control things like smog or control things like how hot it is. It's not a weird idea. When I talk about the fake clouds, and there are fake clouds, I'm not, if you're, just watch, if you're in a particular area where they do that, just, observe, check it out, be quizzical, use your brain, use your eyes. What are they doing up there? Oh, I see. It's not that weird. It's not a weird idea. Here, here's the other thing. There's a NASA article on the NASA website. That says contrails produce long-lasting cirrus clouds. They know this. They totally understand it. This article is quite old. They completely understand that contrails produce long-lasting cirrus clouds. If you know that, and you know that cirrus clouds or cloud cover will reduce the temperature, why not? It's not that hard to control, right? Whatever. Hey, why don't we make some contrails that turn into long-lasting cirrus clouds to keep the temperature cool so that people don't freak out? Anyways. That's my argument. I think it's pretty solid. I don't know why it's not, I don't know why it's like, what? Do you want to see the article from NASA? I'm just saying. Let's see. But it's, again and again, I've said this, I know, to people that are like, what are you talking about? Here's something like something for kids on NASA, the NASA website. Let's see. I just saw something here. They can last for a few minutes or longer than a day. Longer than a day. Longer than a day. A contrail. Contrail, here. Anyways. This is from a NASA website. And it looks like they're putting this up. Hey kids, let's talk about contrails. Persistent contrails can exist long after an airplane that made them has left the area. They can last for a few minutes or longer than a day. However, because they form at high altitudes where the winds are usually very strong, they will often move away from the area where they were born. When we look up contrails, when they're born, when we look up into the sky, we may see old persistent contrails that formed somewhere else but moved overhead because of the wind. Anyways. They even have, here's a picture. Here's a picture on a NASA website. Here's some contrails. They kind of look like they're, turning into clouds. This one here, it's like it's turning into a cloud. This is from a NASA website. So I don't know. What are you talking about, man? I'm talking about a NASA website. Talking about a NASA website that's telling you that clouds formed from contrails can persist for longer than a day. Yeah, and there's so many. You can watch it yourself or you can watch videos of it. It's just like, it's so obvious. It's so obvious that it takes actually a lot of effort to go, no way. Or very little effort. What are you talking about? I never look at the sky. That's only for crazy people to look at the sky and see what's going on. It's only crazy people do that. Right? Anyways. You may see him, you may not. Who knows? I for one, it's just so severely obvious here that it's like, it's wild. It's just, some days it's just like, what is going on? What's going on up there? And then you talk about it with people and they're like, what? I don't even notice. I'm like, don't you look at the sky? When you're outside, don't you look at the sky? I don't know. It's so weird. Okay. I find it interesting. To the point of just like, what the heck? All right. So we've had a lot of good discussion today about various things. All right, what's up? The Rockfin people are a little slower to arrive at this time in the morning, and that's okay. But there's some more people in the chats here, or Drag Eyes here. Yeah, I know my scheduling. I moved the show around. I was moving the show around a bunch because I was having a hard time scheduling it around work and other. I have like many things going on. I've got like work and like three side hustles that I'm doing. So I'm really busy. I'm trying to keep it all together. And this is one of the hustles, but I guess, I don't know. It's just something that I love to do. Um but this is one of the things that I'm like really committed to in life. And I don't even know if I would call it a hustle because it's not really. I don't really make any money from the show. Sometimes I do, but not. If I told people how much money I made from the show, they'd be like, "What? Why are you doing? What are you doing?" I'm doing it. I don't know. It's a good community here, and it's important. Um, so there's that. But I'm involved in several hustles. Is all I'm trying to say. Several things I do that are not my the main you know grind to make money to pay bills. So I'm doing a lot of things, and so I've been moving the show around um, in order to accommodate all kinds of things. Not only that, I homeschool my kid several days a week, and that takes time. That's a time commitment. There's a lot. There's a lot happening. So, anyways, I've been trying to find a regular time for the show, and I've right now that time is 9 a.m. and I promise not to move it until if I move it, it will be for a really good reason. It will be in order to find another time that I can solidly stick to. But I'm trying not to move it around too much for y'all, because I think it's important for everybody to know what time the show starts. So, yeah. And if you notice, I haven't been doing weekend shows lately because I'm doing so many things that I just need like a couple days to be able to sleep until like, 10 in the morning just to recharge my batteries. My batteries are running low, my friends. All those hustles can make for some all those hustles can make for some real tired feelings. So yeah, I need some recharge on the weekend. So right now we're doing 9 a.m. Monday through Friday until further notice, and then I promise if I change it on you, it will be for a really good reason, and it will be in order to stay somewhere for a solid amount of time. Oh yeah, Rudel. I don't know what bored is. I have never I haven't experienced the feeling of boredom since I was probably 13. I don't know what bored feels like. I've got so much going on. I'm overextended pretty much all the time. So there's no such thing as boredom in my life, but I could actually sometimes I actually wish for a little bit of boredom just to know what it feels like to not have anything to do. Anyways, right. Oh, cool. That's very generous of you, Rich Diana. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, man. Rich Diana, $50, 50 smackers on Rockfin. Thank you, Rich Diana. Appreciate you. Side Hustle says Kevin does not know the difference between contrails and chemtrails. I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not gonna. I what I'm listen. This is what I am. I'm just going on my own personal feelings around this, and based on my observations, and I think that I'm kind of an observant person. That I'm not like super, you know, like outside the realm of reality when I witness what I witness and then put it together in order to form an opinion about it. Um, as far as the chem part, so I think honestly, it's getting hotter, and they're using contrails in order to make clouds that cool the planet, or a particular area. That's my thought. Basically, SRM, which is solar radiation management. This is something that they keep saying, "Oh, we're testing it out, and we hope it might be used in the future to keep the planet cool." They've been doing that for 30 years already. They already know all about SRM. So all this stuff that is just a big puff of smoke. The whole like, well, we're working on it. David Keith at Harvard and the other guys. What's the other guy's name? I don't know. I forget his name. Ken Caldera. They're working on it, and they're going to send up some balloons with some tests. It's just like so ridiculous. Like, really? No, they already know all about it. They're doing it. They've been doing it for a long time. They've been studying it and doing it and testing it. And to the idea that like, well, they wouldn't do that because it's ethically wrong. Okay, so you think that the powers that be have not tested this out because they have some ethical moral standards that they live up to, and that's how they operate. Like, it's good for you if that's how you think. If you believe that the powers that be, the people in charge, have some moral standard that they're living up to, 'cause they wouldn't do something because it wouldn't harm you or the planet. I mean, just like look at all the environmental disasters through the last several decades in which they were like, "Oopsie, sorry, was released some deadly toxins into the air and killed a bunch of people. Oh my God! Well, we'll try not to do that again." Like if so the idea that they haven't tested this out or don't know every single thing about it already and aren't even there and they're using it. They're obviously using it. If that's what you mean by chemtrails, okay, sure. Chemtrails, contrails, whatever. I mean, I say contrails because they just look like contrails from a plane, and if you watch them enough, they just turn into clouds, and they just spread out and turn into clouds, and you wouldn't know the difference. You'd just be like, what is this? Is that clouds or those from planes? I can't tell the difference. I don't know. They look kind of funny. Anyways, whatever. It's just, I mean, we could we could split hairs. The reason contrails are on a NASA website is that it's a known phenomenon. Chemtrails are conspiracy theory version. What's the difference, though? Listen, if here, and you could disagree, that's fine. I don't, we don't have to agree on this, but like, I'm just saying, if they know, listen, they know that clouds cool the planet, right? If their sun is beaten down on you on a large city, especially Los Angeles, like which gets very warm here. Sun is beaten down, and you know that a little bit of cloud cover would bring down temps like 5 or 10 degrees, and they do, and it does, and that's what they do. Why, if you knew that they turned into long-lasting cirrus clouds and you put them up to cool the area down, why wouldn't you do it? Why wouldn't you do it? My theory or my position is they've known this for a long time. They totally know how it works, and they've been doing it for a long time. That's my theory. But you can think I'm crazy for thinking that. Okay, whatever. I mean, that's fine. I've been called worse. It's fine. If you don't want to agree with me, that's fine. Okay. All right, Side Hustle. I like your name. Side Hustle is pretty good. It's weird that I was talking about side hustles and somebody showed up in the trap. In the trap, somebody showed up in the chat with the name Side Hustle. That is weird. Ooh, man, that just like, ooh, God, that just gave me the shivers. That just like feels like some super surveillance AI bot shit. But I could be wrong. You could be just a really cool person with a really cool handle. That showed up in the chat to call me a conspiracy theorist. Yeah. It's the same script every time, you guys. You're not fucking smart. You idiots. You're not fucking smart. Yeah, I'm probably talking to a bot, so I don't know why I'm cursing. But yeah, exactly, John Glad. It would be 80 degrees at night without them. Right. I'm telling you, they've been throwing them up because it's getting, it's getting super warm during the day during December here, like in the 80s, and it feels everybody's like, Jesus Christ, it is what this is. It's great. It feels warm. But if they didn't throw them up, it'd be 95 degrees, and people would be like, oh my God, I'm a little bit nervous. What does this mean? It's 95 degrees on December 17th. This is strange. Right? They don't want people to freak out too much. Anyways. Yeah, you guys aren't slick, Side Hustle. I'm just letting you know. I see you all. I see all y'all. Side Hustle and Mars and Greg. You guys are not slick, man. And you're probably, maybe you're bots, maybe you're AI bots. I don't know. Maybe you're real people. Who knows? I don't really care. It's just like y'all show up with these kooky fucking names talking, hey, you're a conspiracy theorist. No, I'm not. Whatever. Whatever, dude. I think it's super suspicious. I was talking about side hustles, and Side Hustle shows up in the chat talking about you're a conspiracy with the same script. It's the same freaking script every time. What are you talking about? You're crazy. I just, whatever. Keep trying. Keep trying. You're not. You just. It's funny though. I mean, man, and it's kind of, it's kind of interesting and cool. And I'm flattered that you're paying so much attention to me. That me with no followers or hardly any followers could garner such, such rapt attention. Anyways, thanks for showing up. Thanks for playing. It's fun. Yeah, Drag Eye. Yeah, man. That's isn't it? It is kind of kooky, isn't it? It is kind of kooky. That's wow. Wow. All right, guys. Well, listen. We're nearing the end of the show. I was going to play some more things, but maybe I'll hold them over for tomorrow. But I bring you all this show every single day for free, for your enjoyment. There are no paywalls. I did get over the weekend. I did get a coffee from Habitat is going away. Thank you, Habitat is going away for the coffee. Yeah, I don't have any like paywalls. Just places where you can contribute if you want to contribute to the show and help it bump along, which is kind of, I'll just bump along. If you want to help the show bump along every day, you can buy me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/blackbearnews. You can cash at me at Red Llama Music. You could Venmo me at Kevin Samblin. You could PayPal.me/Kevin Samblin. PayPal.me/Kevin Samblin. You could Zelle me at Kevin Samblin at protonmail.com. You can follow me on Twitter at BlackBearNews, the number 1. All those things. Right? All right. Anyways, thanks everyone for showing up. Thanks for showing up and showing out. I'll see you. Give me the chromium leg. That's good. That's good. That's good. Yeah, I think you're onto something there, Side Hustle. Chemtrails are made by extraterrestrials. I think you're onto something there. That's probably right. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 9 a.m. Until next time, peace.